And we are back. Welcome to the Prime Digital Podcast. I'm your host, Mike Amatuli. This is episode 5. We got a good one, but a quick word from our sponsors. Super Snail Pre-Workout Formula. Why go 1 miles per hour when you can go 2? Today we have a good friend of mine. He goes by many names, but most know him by his real name, Rob Thompson. He is the founder of HumanHire Staffing Agency located in Melville, New York. Rob, what's going on, bud?
Hey, Mikey. I gotta say I am a big fan of your sponsors each week.
And that's how we keep the podcast running.
Very nice, very nice. Thanks so much for having me.
Yeah, man. So tell us a little bit more about HumanHire. You guys are pretty fresh. How long have you guys been in business now?
Yeah, so we've been in business a little over a year now. So we celebrated our 1 year recently.
That's
So
awesome.
we're
Congrats.
Yeah, thank you. So we are on our way.
Awesome, man. So how did you get started? I mean, I'm from the staffing world too, so I know it's
Yep.
definitely not easy. So where did you where'd you get started first?
Well, first off, Human Hire is, we've been in the staffing industry for a long time. Human Hire is a full service staffing firm. We really service some of the largest businesses in the area.
Mm-hmm.
We identify top talent, matching them with different hiring managers. We offer temporary, payrolling, direct hire recruitment services.
Right.
So if you're a job seeker, you're looking for a new career opportunity, or you're a hiring manager and you're looking for an access to an additional talent pool, you can go to our website, humanhirellc.com, and check out our openings.
Awesome.
So, we got started really by figuring out what we were good at, right? And
Mm-hmm.
we've had a lot of different experiences over our careers, and
Sure.
once we figured out what we were good at, and we started to execute a plan that really helped us significantly find success early,
Mm-hmm.
especially since we're a startup. Um, there's a few things that I've learned throughout the process that I kind of wanted to share with you guys. I thought may be good for any small business owners or people who maybe have something that they maybe wanted to take out on their own, and I thought it may be a good kind of starting point.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, man. Let's hear it.
So first things first, everybody's got ideas, right? But
Yeah.
business ideas alone are worth very little, right?
Right.
So you want to start a business, you want to become successful with it. You need to solve meaningful problems. So execution is everything. We're very goal oriented here. Set
Mm-hmm.
short term, long term goals, and really plan, implement, and execute the right way. And if you can do that, you should be successful in anything that you put your mind to.
Definitely.
The what I see a lot of people and people who I talked to in the past, they say, I have an idea. I think this may make money, or this may be a good opportunity. What I would say to those people is, don't just learn how to kind of start a business unless you're doing
Mm-hmm.
something you truly love, something you're really good at, something that you can dedicate yourself to become that expert over the next upcoming years.
Mm-hmm.
When I first started my career, I said to myself, all right, where do I want to be? Where do I want to be in 5 years? Where do I want to be in 7, 8, 10 years?
Yeah.
Then I kind of hit the small goals until we hit the long one, until we hit the long-term goals. Um, Being successful in business, and Human Hire is only a year in, but I built many companies and businesses around, and really started a lot of different companies from scratch.
Mm-hmm.
And being successful in business is more of a mentality. It's the psychology and kind of determination about what can I do differently, finding different tips and tricks and hacks and when you see an opportunity in a marketplace, you have to act fast.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so I always say to people, start today. If you think that you want something and you want to see something go the distance, and you want to build something for you, your family, however, whatever's important to you, the only true way to learn is by doing it. And I feel like is it like, oh, they're, preparing for this and preparing for that. And they never actually take the jump. So
Right.
you can't afford to sit around and wait, hoping that something will come across your desk and will help you kind of execute your idea. Making excuses won't help you start a business. It's never the right time.
Hmm.
It's not going to help you create a lifestyle that you want for yourself unless you jump in and you do it yourself. I applaud you and your partners over at Prime Digital for doing the same thing. Um,
Absolutely.
you know, a lot of times people say, "Oh, well, I'm not ready. I'm not ready yet. I'm not ready yet." You'll never be ready. Launch, actually, I always say, try to launch before you feel ready. If you wait till your product or service feels kind of like perfect, or someone else is going to be doing it, doing a better
Right.
job, helping your customers solve their problems. So validate your business idea, launch fast, bring on a small group of customers, and try to adapt as you grow to make a great solution that you've come up with better over time.
Hmm.
So when you're doing that, the next big piece is how you manage your time and decide which opportunities you're going to pursue. So in staffing, there's a lot of higher turnover type positions that we get not tapped on the shoulder for,
Right.
and it's low margins. And don't get me wrong, in a startup, you want all the business you can possibly get, right?
Yeah.
But I think it's important to say, hold on, let's is this going to be worth my time, and what other business can I target that may be better and grow faster over time? It doesn't mean that it's not always about volume, it's about
Hmm.
good business.
Right.
So outsource what you can. If you can outsource your payroll, or you can outsource some administrative work, or even for us, HR companies outsource their recruitment efforts to us every day.
Perfect
um,
example.
yeah, it is a perfect example, and it's exactly what so that you can now take focus on what's important and what you can do in your business. Um, do everything in your power to avoid spending money when you start a business. I mean, don't look. We started in, when we were starting, it was the minimal, right? We were doing
Yeah.
everything we can out of our own pockets and
Hmm.
figuring it all out, trying to do the right thing and stay in compliance with what it really takes to start a business.
Yeah.
Build a like a lean solution that provides value to customers, and then spend money on the absolute essentials. Never stop building those relationships. You can turn down business now if it's not the right fit for you, but there's a very good shot that there may be better business for you down the road with that same client. So, never stop building relationships.
Right.
You're always trying to solve problems. Um, Find out what the problems are in the industry. Find out what people like about what service you're providing. um, don't focus on your competitors, focus on your customers. If you
Hmm.
focus on your prospects, um, build a team that can positively, has the same ideas and the same motives that you would have. Focus on setting and achieving small goals rather than trying to jump in right away. It's like that, they say, like the brick build the, look at the brick by brick, not the
Right.
whole
Right.
wall.
Right.
Yeah. So setting realistic goals, timelines is a major component of building long-term success. And, that's one of the biggest things that I've learned is,
Hmm.
and why I love this so much is it's a relationship building type company. It's
Right.
something that I'm always learning, no matter how high I get, how many people I manage, it doesn't matter. Always keep learning.
Right. And I think now that we're 5 episodes in, we're seeing a common theme. Everybody that we're bringing on that is doing what you're doing, Rob. It was all the same thing. It
Yep.
was they're passionate about something, they're good at something, they combine the two, and they just dove right into it, and
Yep.
not knowing what to expect because you can't plan for certain things. You can't plan for everything. You just gotta go ahead and do it, and
Right.
you know kind of adjust things along the way and figure it out. Those are all good problems to have.
Yep.
And then just putting out a good product and, going from there.
Yeah, when I was listening to your other guests,
Uh-huh.
yeah, they, a lot of the things that they were saying is, we started in one area and we didn't
Hmm.
bite off more than we can chew, and then we
Yeah,
found out that's exactly what we're talking about, finding opportunities. And when you find that opportunity, make sure you go after it.
of course. So, so now that you guys are a year in, you've been doing this a while, you've been doing this a long, long time. But with Human Hire, what do you love most about what you guys are doing over there?
Yeah, I think it's an opportunity for me who's managed many people over the years
Hmm.
is to bring the culture of a bring the culture to uh back home, right? Bring my
Right,
culture, what I believe in, how I act on a day to day, and not only professional but on my personal life as well.
right.
Staffing is a relationship business. it's
Hmm.
it's why I feel like I'm good at what I do. I mean,
Yeah,
we yes, we help people find jobs, but in reality, our main focus is to how we can make our clients' HR departments more productive.
sure.
So the world needs more problem solvers, Mikey, and that's where we feel like we excel.
Yeah. No, it's staffing is definitely a tricky game. It's the most not I don't want unreliable is the bad word. It's the most
Yeah.
unpredictable product because
Well,
you have a person is your product, and
exactly right.
you got to put your faith in them, their faith in you, and hoping that it works out for everybody.
Exactly. You can never, like you're saying, you can never predict exactly what's going to happen, but
Hmm.
what you can do is put structure in place and processes in place that will, let's just say there's a an opportunity where there's a 40% chance that it goes wrong.
Yeah.
Okay, well, what can you put in place? That's always going to be there. What can you put in place to make it 28%, 25%, right?
Yeah.
And
Oh
if you
yeah.
can just try to get better by 1, 2 percentages every day, you'll be in great shape long term.
Absolutely. And you know, there are so many staffing agencies out there, and we're going back to the relationship part, agencies have clients because of those relationships, because at any point, like the last thing you want is your talent to fall through and now they're going to another staffing agency because they need somebody good and they need somebody now, so what makes Human Hire different from some of the smaller mom and pop agencies or some of these like, you know, national or global brands out there?
Yeah, Mike, I think that we realized early that um, 99% of your of problems in your personal and professional life comes
Hmm.
from miscommunication.
Right.
And I think that, if you can take your time, really be an over the top communicator, whether it's follow up, whether it's customer service, whatever it may be, trying to take the communication to another level can really separate you alone.
Yeah.
Listen, there's no genius plan on how to make more placements, right?
Right.
The more people you reach, the more people you talk to, the better it is.
Simple math.
Um, yeah, but I feel like we really understand the struggles from an HR perspective. We really understand the struggles from a job seeker perspective.
Sure.
How can we take the problems that the hiring manager's seeing, take the problems that the job seekers are seeing, and create ways for a better user experience? Is it,
Hmm.
you know, easier access to jobs? Is it building pipelines before you actually have a position that you're working on? How do you market yourself in the right ways?
Of course. All right. That's great stuff. And, you know, really like because there are so many agencies and everybody's got their relationships, marketing is even more important, aside from like all the calls and trying to reach out to companies and be that resource for them. So aside from like your normal outreach, how do people usually hear about you guys?
Yeah. So marketing is a piece that it comes from consistent outreach, being consistent in your message to your client base and to your talent base.
Hmm.
Most of our marketing comes from word of mouth. I
Right.
mean, we're talking to, here's the biggest thing. Let's just say I talk to 50 people every
Right.
single day. Well, by Friday, all the people that you've talked to over the week what happened to those conversations?
Mm-hmm.
What's next? And that goes back to that time management. It goes back to the proper planning.
Yeah.
And we do something very well where we look at it just like a sales process, even though it's maybe just candidates or something like that. Some of the placements that we've made, or some
Mm-hmm.
of the prospects that we've gained, has all come through interviewing, word of mouth, people having good experiences and calling us after that.
Mm-hmm.
Um, we do a lot of reach out on social media. Our brand HumanHire mostly sees or receives recognition through our website,
Right.
our jobs posting. I mean, we put in hundreds of, we try to put about hundreds of people to work a year.
Yeah.
So how do we maximize those connections and branch out to hit more people?
Sure. And that goes back to what we're talking about as far as communication and the experience. What types of
Right.
experiences are your clients having with you, your candidates. That's only going to make marketing and spreading the word that much easier.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think that it's okay, encourage mistakes, especially in the marketing time, because marketing sometimes is like a lost art in
Mm-hmm.
in the beginning stages of a business. Try your best to just press pause, right? It's like,
Yeah.
okay, I know what I'm doing. I got so much work on my plate. I got to get this done. I got to get that done. Well,
Right.
block time out for brainstorming, block time out for what can I be doing better. And a lot of times when you do that, you'll see that marketing's a really big piece of that, to attract more. Because as you start to attract more, your different your different marketing campaigns
Mm-hmm.
is just going to make your life easier.
Absolutely. Yeah, man. A lot of good insight here, especially from the staffing agency point of view, because I feel like this is an industry that many people might not know about, especially if they've never had uh, an issue getting a job, or they've been with one company or two companies their whole career. So,
Yeah.
um, you know, um, what's something that you want to leave everybody with? Because now where we're at, COVID-19's been around, and people are getting laid off, and certain industries taking a hit. So people are getting, they're on unemployment, they're getting hired, they're getting fired. As a whole, I don't even want to know what that looks like right now. But is there
Right.
anything that you want to leave everybody with? Just some fun.
So, I mean, that's a great question, Mike. I want to leave everybody with one thing. If you're a job seeker, you have to remember that when you're writing a resume, you're creating a list of your past experiences. So now you have a list of all the things that you've done. Now you're also focusing on the bigger pieces that you think are more important. But remember that a resume has to translate perfectly to the job description that you're looking for. So if you're out of work, you need to take a look at each job description that you want to go for, tweak your resume around what you believe the hiring manager is going to be looking for that specific job. A lot of
Right.
people, what they do is, oh, I like that, boom, easy apply. Like that, boom, easy apply. And then next thing you know, you have somebody who maybe, let's say you're an IT professional, have somebody in HR that may not know, they're just searching for keywords. So it's very similar to an SEO type marketing campaign. You have to do
Sure.
that. You have to do that yourself. So, you know, don't the more jobs you apply to is great, but you have to make sure that you're going in with the right resume in order to get the responses that you're gonna want. And that's the biggest thing that I've seen from job seekers is, oh, I've applied to so many positions and I can't figure it out. Well, look, if you're a job seeker and you're looking and you're feeling the same way and you feel that you've applied to a lot of jobs and you're not finding the right one, find me on LinkedIn, Robert Thompson on LinkedIn. You could also message me through our website, humanhirellc.com. I will help you and walk you through these things, because I can understand how frustrating it could be, especially when you're
Mm-hmm.
doing the same thing over and over again. When it comes to starting a business, Mike, and a lot of business owners, create the culture of hard work, but also celebrate your victories. The
Mm-hmm.
way you treat your employees will be the same way they treat your clients. Culture is everything. And as leaders, you have to lead by example. So again, take a look at our website, humanhirellc.com. Yeah, I appreciate your time today.
Awesome. Yeah, man. Couldn't have said it better myself. So, All right, you heard it from Rob himself. You guys need a job or you're doing some hiring. Rob is a phenomenal resource for that. Rob, thanks again for hopping on with me. I'm Mike Amatuli. This is the Prime Digital Podcast, and thanks for listening. Thanks for listening to our podcast. If you enjoyed the show, hit that subscribe button. Or if you'd like to learn more about marketing your business better and getting more customers, schedule a free 30-minute consultation with us by visiting primedigitalseo.com.